Yo, 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 what's up, what's up? Life is good, life is great, life is good. Yep, anyway, I hope everything is going well. Gold McCoy CTR, Gold Store, Golden Warrior. Life is good, life is great, and I hope everybody's doing well. She like, and happy holy day to all of my Muslims across the world. Yeah, I went to go over the Moorish American prayer real quick before we get into it. Eli, Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Eli is my protector, my God, and my salvation by night and by day through his holy prophet, Drew Ali. Ameen. Ooh. Life's good. Yeah, but anyway, like I want to speak about like the divine and national movement, because some people like is getting confused or like that about like what time it is and like how to actually operate within from the private and the public, because anyway. Like it's a divine religion, because the divine side is our religious side, or like that is our customary laws, our creed, and how we're supposed to operate, like within spirit by God. Then like that's the private side, but our national side is it's the public, and the state side that we're supposed to be propagating the faith of Ali, like in the public realm. She like during all our walks of life, like in business and commerce. So like all that stuff supposed to be equal 50-50. It can't be separate, because like how I know if it's true, because Noble Drew Ali, like his private name was El Hajj Sharif Abdul Ali. Then, but at the same time, on a public platform and all his public documents is Drew Ali. That's like on the Circle 7 Quran, like it's Drew Ali in all caps, because he already knew like that was his trust his estate as a direct claim with the Ali, as an ecclesiastical title, as ecclesiastical man, like bringing like the God being, or the God self through the spirit, or like that, into the physical flesh. So like anyway, like it had to be 50. It had to be 50-50, because most people should like want to be so and so. Like Patal something Bay, she like in a private, but at the same time, like on your public documents, you still Johnson Smith without the Bay at the end of your name. That means you ain't lining up, and you in your past situation were like that, you still classified as Negro, Black, and ward of the state, or chattel property, in the state records. So when so when you operating with like that, trying to operate like in your private name or like that, and trying to say, oh, should I give away this, oh, shoot, this ain't our government, this ain't our system. Like, hey, it's not our system. When we talk, the Europeans and the Caucasian, everything that they know, like within government. So like because like most people saying, oh, sure, like this is not our government, but at the same time it is, because they stole your government from you. And you don't want it back, because like they've been sitting in our seats falsely. Sitting in our seats falsely, or like that, not telling people the full truth about how to really get it right, which they should have been. But they ain't finna put a noose around their neck to help these dumb Negroes, because y'all don't listen. Because everything happened for a reason, and different things happened, just like with the motu proprio with the Pope, just like when House Joint Resolution 75. All this stuff like it was within records, but niggas don't know how to read, and they only listen to YouTube videos like 24/7 without proper research. But like anyway, and that's the reason why like they still live in fear. They still scared of like that, to actually go through this reality in order to climb uphill to that pinnacle top. So like anyway, and that's the reason why like from like the religious side, you have to have a protectorate on the religious side, which is the Moorish Temple of America. Our authority. Then like that had to be reflected on the public side, on the state side, because like most people talking about like federal, but like the state is connected to the federal. Because like you have to go through the state in order to get to the federal. Because like our state constitutions, they honor and shoot like the people of like that, like in the actual people like of the actual state governments or the actual state republics. Because like that, because they bring in like the religion side 50-50 on the on the public side of it like that, so we can actually grow. Enhance ourselves up like to our ecclesiastical level, like on the state side, so it can be balanced, because your state is your ancestral like a state. They just changed it to states after the 1800s, but they actually was our ancestral states. Because if you look at like your family name or the name that you was born with, or like that, and if you look at the like your surname or your family name, or like that, is connected to landmasses, or like that within the Americas, or like all around the globe. If you look at your crest, your family crest, and your names. But these niggas shoot like scared of like that in order to operate their true self like 24/7 and be who they are 24/7. They want to be a whole different being from the public and private, but at the same time when they get rammed house or get rolled, get seized or like that by being out of character and not being in their true self 24/7, and their identifications not matching equally. Shoot, like then that past situation pop up like that, and you get thrown in jail, which is hell. Then you want somebody to feel sorry for you because you ain't listening. But like anyway, all of Noble Drew Ali like documents or like that they filed in the public, it was with his name that he was born with, Timothy Drew Ali. You know, in his private self, they still knew them as Noble Drew Ali, but they knew them as a whole lot of different names. Because that's your private self, that's your ecclesiastical self. But as far as like your public self, it have to be like the name that you was born with. But most people should like wanna bring like your divine name that you gave yourself or like that. Should like in the public, you can't put your holy name on dead paper. You just created another fiction, and you haven't corrected your past situation with the state that you was born with, and you still classified as black, or you still classified as ward of the state, you know, or you haven't claimed your estate or claimed your name. So like anyway, like everything supposed to be 50-50. That's why like most people talking about like the states should like don't get the state identification, should like get the federal. But at the same time you need both. You need your private ID. You need your private ID, shoot, like from your private consulate in your state. Shoot, like in your federal order like that. You need all that, because like actually like the state government, so like that is connected to the whole national government, or like the U.S.A. But like anyway, I want to get into like I don't want to go too deep, but I want to get into like when Noble Drew Ali or like that. They say think over your morals. Like this, the Moorish literature. Most people don't got this because this only could be found in lawful temples. But most people don't thinking that all temples is bad or unlawful, which some of them is. But at the same time, you have to get what you need in order to move forward. But like anyway, yeah, it say like it say think this over, you Moors. It say the head of all temples, grand sheikhs must conform to the divine principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. They must live the life amongst the members and to be loved even as the prophets is loved. They must not practice the principle of segregation amongst any group in his temple. So how many people like saying, oh, shoot, like what temple you're a part of, or what this you're a part of, or like that. Shoot, like when somebody asks me, shoot, like who my grand sheikh, all of them. When somebody say, oh, shoot, like what temple you belong, all of them. Because all of them is connected to the one whole. She like that's why I'm saying she like most people like still separate and still divided amongst themselves instead of lining up with God 50-50 or 100. But anyway, it say no member is to attend adept chambers that has not lived a clean and moral life. And there's a whole lot of people that's claiming they're adepts that went into adept chambers or like that, and their whole situation now fucked up. She like they got felonies on their back. She like they been in jail like back to back. She like and they still eating pork. They still she like eating catfish, unlawful fish. They still eating all this stuff or like they claim to be adepts. You know, say and it has not. They say have lived for clean moral life and has not paid his or her dues or assessments, providing that he is working and able. It say those that's working and able cannot consider himself a Moor if they haven't paid their assessments. But like anyway, it say any member of the group or members who hold malicious feelings towards the temple or the prophet or violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement will receive their reward from Allah for their unjust deed. That's why a whole lot of people that's doing wrong with like that's within a movement, like that's been perpetrating a fraud, they falling. They energy getting zapped away from them, you know, because like their time is up. But like anyway, this is a divine warning about a prophet for the nations. And I'm going to skip it. Say they are to claim their own free national name and religion. So everybody have their own free national name, which is the name that you was born with. Just with the ecclesiastical title affixed to the back of it, which is that's a direct claim, you know. But most people can't do that because they have felonies on their back, they got all this shit on their back or like that, so they they really they only can be like on a private level or like that because before they ran too fast within this and try to do things like that without proper study, and that's for it's like being firm first. They say there is but one issue for them to be recognized by this government and of the nations of the earth, and it comes only through the connection of the Moorish Divine National Movement, which is incorporated in this government and is recognized by all of the nations of the earth. All the nations of the world, and through it they and their children can receive their divine rights, molested by other citizens that can cast a free national ballot at the polls under the free national constitution of the state governments. That's the divine side. That's the state governments. But most people want to discard the state, the world like that, and go to the federal. You need both, man. It's because the federal is is a composition of all of the state governments as one. And it's state governments are not under granted privileges. And and guess what? You who doubt whether I, the prophet, and my principle are right for the redemption of my people, go to those who know law in the city hall, which is your downtown cities and shit like that. And amongst the officials in your government. So why he said that your government? Why he said your government? If you talking about this state system and shit like that, but this nigga's no, y'all at least say this your government, but y'all saying it's not. Because, bro, because that's why he said, if I wake all of you Moors up at one time or like that, y'all gonna destroy something. Because y'all don't have a divine spirit or like that to know like how to interact or like that with these people that's falsely in your seats of government until that time come that when everybody in a one accord that they can hand shit over. But they ain't for the do it like that if we ain't in one accord. But anyway, man, Divine and National Movement, 50-50. You cannot be somebody in the private or like that and a whole different being in the physical. In the physical or in the flesh. It have to equal up 50-50 in order to line up with God. And if y'all still want to be separate and don't want to be y'all true self 24/7, then y'all ain't gonna get y'all true remedy. Just real talk. But shalom. And I see y'all, man. Life is good.